Welcome back, children. In this video we are going to do 7.4, that is your optional exercise. Now see children, in your board this coordinate geometry chapter has a weightage of 5 marks and board can bifurcate into these 3 ways. Either you can get 2 questions of 1 mark and 1 question of 3 marks, or you can get 1 question of 2 marks and 1 question of 3 marks, so it will make again 5. Or you can get 1 question of 1 mark and 1 question of 4 mark. So in total this chapter has a weightage of 5 marks and you can get these 5 marks in your pocket just by remembering 3 formulae. As I told you in the very beginning that this chapter revolves just about 3 formulae which you have to remember. Let's see the question here. It is given, determine the ratio in which the line this divides the line segment joining the points this and this. Children, you have not done this type of question in any of the exercises. But board prefers to give these types of question in the paper. So that's why we are discussing this optional exercise. Now, there is nothing different in this question. You need to just use your mind. Here it is given, determine the ratio. That means I will be writing whenever ratio is asked, let the ratio be k:1. Without thinking for a second, you just write down this statement. Then what is given to you, you just frame a rough sketch of it. Determine the ratio in which the line this divides the line segment. That means a line segment is framed by joining these 2 points. A, B is 3, 7. Now this line, say this is your line which is dividing line AB into ratio k:1. And equation of this line is given to you 2x plus y minus 4 equal to 0. Now children, you have to just think it that this point lies on both the lines. If this is your point P, then this point P is lying on this line also, and this point P also lies on line AB also. If this is the common point on both the lines, that means this P will satisfy the equation of this line. That means we need to find out coordinate of point P. If we are able to find out coordinate of P, then we can put the values of x and y from here to here, and if it satisfies, obviously it will get satisfied because point P is lying on the on both the lines. So let's find out point P by our formula. Say this is your x3 y3, this is your x1 y1, P is x3 y3, B is x2 y2. This is your m1 and this is your m2. Write in the section formula which is given by m1 x2 plus m2 x1 whole upon m1 plus m2. This is your x coordinate, that means your x3 is this, and m1 y2 plus m2 y1 whole upon m1 plus m2. You know all the values, just put it and solve it. So after putting the values, I am getting my coordinate of P as this and this. Now, although the coordinates are not in numeric form, it is in variable form, still we will be putting these 2 coordinates in the given equation of line. What we will say, since point P lies on 2x plus y minus 4 equal to 0, so it will satisfy the given equation. So I will be putting 2, x is what? This is your x, plus y is 7k minus 2 by k plus 1 minus 4 equal to 0. Now I'll just simplify it and I'll get the value of k. So this is the ratio which I am getting, 2:9. What I have done, I have just put the value of x and y from here. Then I have multiplied 2 inside, and then I have taken k plus 1 as an LCM. K plus 1 multiplied, when multiplied with 0, it will become 0, and here I have got the value of k. So here the given ratio is 2:9. See this question, children. Here it is given, find the relation between x comma y if the points this and this are collinear. I told you whenever you are given with the word collinear, you use triangle formula. So this is actually do it yourself type question in which you need to write down area of triangle equal to half x1 y2 minus y3 plus x2 y3 minus y1 plus x3 y1 minus y2. This is the formula. Let this be your x1 y1, this be your x2 y2, this be your x3 y3. Now the points are collinear, that means in place of area of triangle you will be taking 0 and then you will be putting all the values and you will get your relationship between x and y, and you will get a linear equation in two variables. So that will give you the relationship between x and y. So do it yourself. Let's see the next question, children. Here it is given, find the center of circle. That means a circle is given and you need to find out the center. Find the center of circle passing through the points this and this. That means this circle is passing through three different points. Say these are my three different points. I have marked on the circumference and this is my center O. Now children, you know that if I join this, let it be A, B, C. If I join O to A, then this is your radius because this is the line which is passing through the center of the circle. If I join OB, then again it is a radius. If I join OC, then again it is a radius. So here I can say that OA is equal to OB is equal to OC. All the distances are same because these are the radius. Now what I can do here is I can take two things. That means I can equate OA equal to OB and I can take OB equal to OC. So if I find out OA equal to OB, that means the distance between OA and OB and OC, then I will get two equations. Let your center be x comma y or any other value you can take. You can take it as h comma k. Any variable you can take. It's not always necessary that you have to take x comma y. You can take it h comma k also. Okay. So find out OA equal to OB and OB equal to OC. I will get two equations and then I will be finding out the equation by substituting one equation in the other equation. Let's see how we can do the solution. Let's see the solution. What I have done, I have just written OA, that means x minus 6 whole square plus y minus 6, which will become plus 6 whole square. Similarly, I have written OB. Then since root are present on both the sides, so I have done squaring both the sides. So square root gone. Then I have opened with a minus b whole square and a plus b whole square formula. Here the things have cut and the final result is coming out to be minus 3x minus y equal to minus 7. Simultaneously, I have again written OB distance and OC distance. Again, I have done squaring both the sides and I have cancelled the terms which are of same sign on both the sides. So from here I am getting y equal to minus 2. That means I need to calculate x and y points. So y is coming out to be minus 2. I can put this minus 2. Put this in equation 1. So I will be getting it as minus 3x minus 2 equal to minus 7, which will be minus 3x plus 2 equal to minus 7. Minus 3x, it will be minus 2. So it is minus 9, minus and minus gone. So x equal to 9 by 3, which is equal to 3. That means I am getting my x equal to 3. Therefore, the center of the given circle is, what was the center? X comma y. So this is equal to 3 comma minus 2. So 3 comma minus 2 is the center of the circle. Have a look. Let's work on this question. Here it is given the two opposite vertices of a square. So make a square first. Let this be a square. are opposite vertices. That means if this is your -1, 2, then this is your 3, 2. Let this be A, B, C and D. Find the coordinates of the two vertices. That means you have to find out the coordinate of B and coordinate of D. So first of all, let's suppose the coordinate of B, P, X, Y. Now what I can do here is, since it is given a square, so I know since it is a square, so AB equal to BC equal to CD equal to AD. This I can write. Now children, say if I join this A and C point, then this is one of the diagonal, and you know, always remember whenever these types of questions are given, you need to use the property. So you know, square these adjacent sides in square adjacent side makes 90-degree angle. So one thing I can do here is I can find out distance of AB, which is equal to BC. So I will be first finding out AB equal to BC, and then I can also see that in triangle ABC, this is a right angle triangle, so I can apply Pythagoras theorem. So let's find out first of all AB equal to BC, that means find out distance AB, equate it to BC. Let's see what we get, and then we will find out the things by Pythagoras theorem. Let's see what we get out of these two. Let's see what I have done. I have just applied distance formula for AB and distance formula for BC, squaring both the sides, and I have just simplified it. So here I got it as x equal to 1. Then in triangle ABC I have applied Pythagoras theorem, and it says AB square plus BC square equal to AC square. So I have written this, and then again I have applied my distance formula for AB, for BC, and for this is distance formula for AB, this is distance formula for BC, and this is your length AC. Okay. Then I have just simplified, I have added the like terms, and I have got equation as this. Now after this I am not able to solve it further, so I will be taking use of this. Here it is given x equal to 1, so I can put x equal to 1 over here. So this is 1 square plus y square minus 2 minus 4y equal to minus 1. So here it will be 1 plus y square minus 2 minus 4y equal to minus 1. Now this 1 will go this side, it will become minus 1. So minus 2, and this minus 2 will get cancelled with this minus 2. That means these terms are gone. So now I am left with y square minus 4y equal to 0. Out of these two I can take y common. So taking y as common, I will be getting it as y minus 4 equal to 0. Now children, here this is coming in factor form. That means either y is equal to 0 or y is equal to 4. Y minus 4 equal to 0, that means y equal to 4. So here I am getting two values of y for one value of x. Therefore I can find out both the coordinates together. Therefore the coordinates are, I can write therefore the coordinates are x for both the values, for both the coordinates, x will be 1, 0 and 1, 4. So these are the coordinates of the given vertices. Have a look.